video just yet, but audio.
Hi guys. Hi Facebookers.
And if you catch the stream, you're hearing lo-fi hip hop because that's still. It just becomes such a background thing to me. I forget that it's even playing, but whatever. It's fine for now.
I hear you. Well, what do we got? We got 519. Before we go live on radio, we had 7 for the Rebel Radio podcast with the lead in, but I think people got bored.
Don't worry. We'll bore them to death even further.
Yeah.
We're just going to sit here and listen to the lo-fi hip-hop beats. And
we're not... We don't get to hear that.
Fuck?
You'd have to listen to the stream, yeah, because I'd have to blow your ears out so I could hear it. So I'd just put it to the...
You haven't found the balancing method of that yet?
I haven't tried. I have not given a damn to even try. I know where it would need to be for it to sound okay on the stream, but...
You also know where it would need to be for it to sound okay over here.
Yeah, that's one of
the... Which are very different places, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they're the same place. It's just for me. I know where to make it for you and for the stream, but for me to be able to enjoy it as well, no.
Oh.
It's kind of dumb that way. I'll figure it out eventually, but it ain't happening anytime soon now.
That's soon. That's me.
Oh, careful.
Oh, that guru is in there. Hi,
Careful.
Red. I told you. Bye. I have nothing for you. Go see your mama. Tell her to rub you. Pain in the butt.
Please do not take that out of context.
All the way out of context.
Hey, he walked away.
All the way out of context.
Go get his rub on.
Well, I know the audio is there's definitely plenty of volume to that.
Oh, me. All right, I got 2.5 minutes there. I'll be right back.
Good.
Okay.
All right. From what I see, we got about 30 seconds, a little over.
30 seconds now.
Go ahead and pause that lo-fi hip hops. Fire me up another natural American spirit.
Better than a fake American spirit.
Or an unnatural American spirit. There's the name of your new vape company.
Yep. That would qualify.
Yes, sir.
All right, ready? And click.
I'm
All right. And here we are on another wonderful Wednesday again. The Angry Dandelion Show. Your host, Thumpin' Loud, Sewn Together, and Super Kami Guru, Chomp Chomp.
Super Kami Huru.
What up?
Yeah, in between chomps, he'll what up?
Super Kami Din Din.
Super Kami Din Din. So what up, fellas?
Stop it.
Drinking a beer. What are you doing?
Drinking a beer.
Need to get another one, matter of fact.
Yeah. I'm about halfway through this one. I'll probably have another one after that. I just had my first day of re-employment.
Yeah. I got some looked up some Uber jokes just for you.
You did?
Yep. Surprise.
I bet there's probably some good ones out there.
Yeah. There's not really a whole lot, and some of them get a little bit long. But my favorite one is about a hooker, and basically it goes, guy's on a back road with a hooker in his car, or with a girl in his car, and after they have sex, she's like, "I'm a hooker, I charge $20," and the guy's like, "I'm an Uber driver, I charge $25 to get you back to town."
Nice.
So there you go. That was shorter than the version that was on there, but
yep. And one who knows, one day I may be able to use.
There you go, little Uber lesson for you.
Guru's like, wait, what? That's not even right, guys.
Here's a real dumb one.
If you couldn't tell though, that is what I'm doing now. It's a kind of a when I wanna, to give me a little bit of freedom to still do this and start pulling in some cash. I
get money.
It took a while to get everything situated and get it all in order, but I did my first 2 runs today. I went and picked up a teacher, took them home, and then where their apartment was, I picked up a student to a college and took them to go pick up food and brought them back home.
Very nice.
And ta-da, that was my 2 Uber rides, and both good conversation as well as like real easy, like no time, just like out being bang, done.
Get money.
So, yeah, it was real quick. So, but at the same time, those came in so late this afternoon that it was like, all right, do this, do that. And then on the second one, as I was leaving the second one, I probably could have done another one if I'd have kept on. But I was like, nah, just in case the next one decides to be like a long drawn out, like take this person across town kind of moment. I was like, I'll just go back to the house and get ready for the show.
Yeah.
But that's the freedom.
Are you playing Scratch Offs, Guru?
Oh, it sounds like.
Guru's over here playing Scratch Offs, or it shows like, I never had to do this motherfucking show again. Come on, just give me $500.
Oh man. Maybe.
I just see like the edge of something come up, and I hear what sounds like scratching, and I'm like,
No, he's drawing his dungeon map for his new D&D squad.
Oh, you being an artiste?
No.
You're just jerking it?
No. Just jerking it.
That's
just
good, man,
jerking
because
it.
that is totally
in all
inappropriate.
actuality, what are you doing?
I may or may not be working on my bass at the same time of doing this show.
So he is essentially working on a D&D map.
Maybe.
I wasn't far off when I made my statement.
I made a mistake, okay? I made a mistake, and I let a few people talk me into fire an arc back up. And
I've seen that dumb shit.
Us included in that conversation.
Huh?
Us included in that conversation because we talked about the revival of survival games, and you were like,
That's actually yeah. Like you talking about Rust last episode and whatnot. I was just like, man, do I really want to fire this game up? Let me make sure that everything's copacetic over there a little bit. Find out a little bit more information about what all updates they've done, and make sure that I don't have to blow any money on the map that I would be playing, because we're playing a cross-platform server, so we're playing with PCs and console. And I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and fire it up. I'll go ahead and go over there, check out what kind of situation they're in and whatnot. And I was like, lo and behold, I wound up catching myself logging into Warframe, just grabbing a daily, and then logging in immediately into Arc and helping taming and imprinting, and actually after the show I got an imprint on one of my wyverns.
And this is why I play Rust instead.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty neat though, the way they got the system over there, because now that they have the we all call them Pokeballs. Now that they have the whole Pokeball system into there, so it made imprinting, taming, well, not taming, but they made imprinting, raising so much easier, because as soon as they pop out of an egg, say you don't have the resources or anything at that moment in time to feed it and take care of it, immediately put it into a Pokeball, and it doesn't go through food or anything else. It literally gets frozen in time at that moment in time. So as soon as you go and gather up everything else that you need, then you can turn around, throw it back out, and then start taking care of it from there. And then they added the whole
put it in a form of stasis.
Yes, and as
So
soon
it's
as
like
they
a
added
stasis pod.
But yeah, it is. It's a stasis pod. We just call them Pokeballs because it looks like a freaking Pokeball. Okay.
Do you
dynamic
choose it
designing
and throw it and have battles?
Yeah,
Sweet.
actually, I got a fire wyvern that I wound up naming Charizard.
Two babies pop out of their ball against each other.
It's like a little puppet show or something. Making a little
battles
stage.
of the death.
Now I'm thinking about is Cartman and Crack Baby wrestling.
Yeah. But in art.
Like, you don't even have to have behemoth gates anymore to be able to get your, say you got a Giga or anything. As long as the building's tall enough and you can't get it in through one of those normal doors, basically, like one of the smaller dino doors, all you got to do is just throw in a Pokeball, turn around, go inside, throw it back out, boom. And it doesn't mess with your dino count either. So you got a dino cap of 500 still.
But you hit 500 and throw like 19 of them in Pokeballs. You got like space for 19 more Poke.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Gotta get them all, man.
So I've kind of dived into that game. And
I don't know. I could see some really offhanded fucking fights. Like, you agree to both show up at this location with like teenage dinosaurs. All of a sudden, you throw out your teenager, the other guy throws out a fully matured adult that is totally not the class that was agreed upon, and just goes stomp.
Why hasn't someone set up like fights like that? Where you just throw out
I'm
your
pretty sure that
Pokeball.
there probably is in some of the PvP servers, because some of the PvP servers I was looking into on some of the forums and stuff, they actually kind of do fights like that. Like, there's one tribe that wound up setting up a whole arena and everything made out of metal, so they can basically just go in there and throw out their Pokeballs and battle to the death.
Nice.
Battle balls.
Well, you could tell based off of our games list here that the only commonality that we seemingly have right now is Madden.
Yeah.
And the one thing that we're all doing is just trying to get our MUT teams right. We finally, me and Son are definitely at 80s. Overall,
I got
80s
something to
right
say
now.
about this online play bullshit, man. The pass interference shit. All they have to do is they can run into your receiver at any time, and it's pass interference. Doesn't get called. Never called. It's pass interference, man. I was playing a dude and I couldn't. He just run into my guy and throw him off his route, and then the whole pass was fucked. He dropped the ball. Jerry Rice dropping balls, fumbling.
Yep.
I mean, but the pass interference playing against people online, that sucks so bad, man.
I will definitely agree with you on that, and that's why
it made me start playing Civ 6. That's why I quit playing Madden. I was like, nope.
That's why our online play hasn't evolved into much. We've got, if we want to do online play, we've definitely got some research we need to do to figure out what we can do to level the playing field as far as that's concerned.
Yeah. It's really that bad?
It's always been that bad, dude. It's
I mean, I know bad. People know how to do that stuff, but I just don't play Madden enough, man. I mean,
like I said, it's always been that way, and it's Madden. We'd have to actually invest into pre-game research to figure out what there's no way seemingly that they've ever tried to control player manipulation in the game. Like Madden's never, EA's never, Madden's never sat down and addressed that issue. So the same thing that's been happening, let's say since 2007, like, because that was their big online Madden push was in 2007. That was Michael Vick's cover. The Atlanta Michael Vick cover. And they're supposedly still the exact same moves that you can pull in online games from 2007 still in the game in 2019.
What?
Yeah, it's something that's never been addressed, but all of the hardcore players, they all know how to do all the stuff, and like it's just kind of a learned behavior. So someone like you, Guru, if you sat down and was like, I'm going to play Madden, you would be the guy who would go in and do all that research to find out all those, what are all the moves, what are all the things. You would study up on that a little bit before going into it. Where me and Son, we just want to play the fucking game and just play the fucking game.
Just want to play football.
Yeah, we're not going to spend our time learning all the fucking dumb trickery type shit that seemingly is involved in it. But your game style, what you do, just like you're sitting there right now working on a base iteration, you're the guy who would sit down and do that offline, like reconnaissance, so to speak, to learn about those things. You know, we just jump in and play the game. And if somebody, while we're playing the game, decides to tell us something, we'll soak up that knowledge and we'll use that moving forward. But aside from that, we're just going to play the game. We're not going to watch a YouTube video really on it very often. I mean, it was just like No Man's Sky. I watched a guy who was earning 100 million of a certain mineral a day, or like an hour or something like that. Like a ridiculous amount. He's got so much cash, you don't even know what to fucking do with it. But he found out, checking out through a couple different things on how to do that. When they spawned in and decided to set down their base, this is what they looked for, and this is what they grabbed, and this is what they set in place. And they did all the research beforehand to go in and maximize their instant impact into that world. Me and Son are on a planet right now that has boiling rain showers periodically.
I don't even know where I am, man.
Yeah, did you get lost again?
I just haven't played. And
we the last time any of us played, me, him, and Lance are all on a planet together.
I've gone away since then, man. I have ventured off into
all of us. Yeah, like I said, the last time all of us played, that's where we were. I know he's played 1 or 2 times since then. But we knew that when we played our 3-way match in Madden that there were things. Not only was our team not at least at a level to be able to perform on all the positions that we needed to player upgrades, we saw that. Plus, we saw the fact that there is just other shit that online play in Madden we just don't have the capability of doing at this point. Unless we research it and find out what the hell that's about. Now, I'd say if anything, Civ 6, he's played more or done more research into the game than I have, to a lot more online matches, because I do scenario play, he does online play.
Yeah. I'm still not that good, man. But
you get some of the shittiest games though, because they all quit around you.
Yeah, when I start winning a game, everyone quits.
Really?
Yeah,
he
man.
had it happen yesterday. Got in at 8:00 in the morning. Was it yesterday, day before, something like that?
Yeah, Monday, 8 a.m. Yeah. I started playing online match Civ 6. Didn't finish it until 2 p.m.
I was there.
Yeah, I had it. I actually had it up streaming on the Discord.
Yep. Which I don't know if you've seen that either. I may have sent you an invite, but we know you didn't. Oh,
is that what that is?
We know you didn't join because you never ended up in chat.
No. I didn't join that invite because I didn't know what the heck it was. I thought it was another one of your little goofy ones.
It was exactly that. It was an invite to some goofy shit that we were trying. It was me, Son, Skeeter, and Lance actually all at one time streaming in Discord.
Yeah, you'll have to send me another invite after show. That way I can accept it from here, because I got Discord turned off on the laptop. And I'll accept it.
Oh, it's just,
I was going to start streaming some of the Ark, but I was just like, F it. I'm not even going to bother with it right now.
Yeah, well, Discord streaming, it's an enclosed service where you can throw it out there. Mm-hmm. And if people want to come watch just gameplay, because we haven't seen any manipulation of that as far as like using OBS to broadcast into it. It just captures your game and gameplay, and any Discord audio that's going on. But once you join something to watch it, you're in the Discord channel with the broadcaster anyway.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
You're watching his gameplay and you're in his chat. So that's like immediate. That's been pretty interesting. We fucked around with it for a little bit. I mean, even to get Skeeter to broadcast was that was a whole nother step in a direction that we were just like, what? What is going on? Fucking, here we go. We got fucking Skeeter in here fucking broadcasting shit. That's fucking epic. He called in last night to the 8-Bit Bros. That was an adventure. That was a fun time.
Hell yeah.
But trying to get everything situated out right now so I can get into one of these chats to make sure that
everything's copacetic.
Well, just to be into one of the chats.
Right.
The Angry Dandelion.
So how's Rust been?
It's intermittent. We got Lance actually picked up Rust, and he decided that he'd start running around a little bit. So I got him, I got Skeeter. They're both new. Me and Bob are doing our thing like we do our thing. He knows a little bit more about all the new shit that's been added, so he was telling me about that and showing me some of the newer stuff. We got them into a server that, we're new shit that's been added, so he was telling you went like very fast forward there.
I know, I just saw that myself.
Yeah,
I was like, too. What?
I was like, what was that? But getting in and kind of showing the base of what happens. Skeeter's like, I'm a naked black woman. And I'm sure that was originally a new experience for a white man from a white 50-year-old from southern Mississippi.
Oh man. Yeah, I bet you that was a brand new experience for that man.
But no. Wait. That's Lance. Lance is the black woman. Skeeter is like an Asian woman. Right. That also was a new experience.
I bet.
Yeah. I saw Lance log in. It was the funniest thing because I'm sitting in Discord. I got Skeeter. I'm talking to him, but he's not in game at the moment. And then I see Twos is playing Rust. I'm like, what? It's like, okay, that's strange, but all right, well, let's see. And then I see it again. Twos is playing Rust, and I'm like, okay, that's even weirder because now it had to tell me again. And then a couple minutes later, it goes, Twos is playing Rust, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I hit him up with a message. I'm like, if you're having issues, you can get into Discord, and we can walk you through on how to get into the game if you're having a problem. All of a sudden, I see my population number in my server jump up one. And so in the in-game chat, I just type, sup, Twos? He's like, hello? He goes, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just hitting things with my rock. I was like, yep, you're officially playing Rust. That is what you're supposed to do. Start hitting shit with your rock, or set your torch on fire and start hitting shit with the torch. People at that point, if you want to do extra damage, but torch on fire hurts worse than unlit torch.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. But Rust took the consideration of making that a thing. That's the cool part about that. It was like they actually were like, all right, torch. That's just a stick. You're hitting somebody with a stick. Rock does more damage than unlit torch because you're hitting somebody with a rock, you're hitting somebody with a stick. It's like, all right, that makes sense. Set stick on fire. Black. That does more damage than rock because it's got fire. Like, okay, I can play this. Physics makes sense. So for that alone, it was quite comical. We built two bases next to a river by each other. met the admin on the server that we were in, and they were telling us that the server's going to go live on the 5th. They're still working on what mods they're going to throw into it. And it was good just to see people kind of there playing. I'm like, well, there's me and a group of Bobs, and we're pretty experienced. I was like, I got like 700 plus hours, and then the other guys got like 1,000 plus, 1,200 plus. I was like, but these two guys right here, I don't even know if they've got their first hour in yet. He goes, well, we're working on this, we're working on that. He was like, if you see a lot of server chat going on where the server's giving a bunch of shit away, don't worry about it. We're just trying to kind of build the ecosystem before we set the server live. And once it goes live, there'll be a full wipe on the 5th, and then they'll go full live on the other side of that. And it's going to be open PvP, and hoping to have Skeeter in position to be able to deal with it by the time it happens. So I have no problem. Yeah, I have no problem thinking Lance is going to be ready for it.
Skeeter adjusting to the controls and stuff like that.
Oh, pretty good. He's got control wise, it's a little faster than Atlas as far as how your controls, how switching shit goes. It's a little faster, but aside, he's got the rest of it. Just learning the recipes on what it takes to make this, and what materials are important, because that's what Rust becomes. Both of them complained about small inventory space. And they were like, inventory's so fucking small. Inventory's so small. Inventory's so small. And it's like, well, you start to balance what's important.
Yeah. It's not like Ark where you basically, I can only carry this much because I only have this much weight capacity.
It's there's no upgradables in Rust. Rust, what you start with is what everybody has. So you get the same amount of body bar, and then you get the same amount of hot bar, and you get the same amount of package. And the good part is, though, is if I want to fill up, if I'm a miner and I want to fill up my entire inventory with metal, then I can do that and not worry about being over encumbered.
Right.
So with there being no weight, just inventory space, that's not bad. But it is kind of aggravating when you're looking at the fact, well, I'm only carrying like one road sign, and it's taking up the spot that I need to grab this. I need this metal, more importantly, which you can carry a stack of 1,000 metal, and certain stuff doesn't stack. But that was how the game was built. And I told both of them, I'm like, it's Gary's game. And if you don't understand what I mean by the fact that it's Gary's game, Gary told everybody when he first made it, if you like it, play it. If you don't complain to me about it. I'm not building this game for you.
I'm building this game for myself.
I'm building this game for me, and I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do to it. And if you don't like it, you can stop playing it. He's never given a damn right off the get-go of it, and has clearly put it that way. Has told everybody from the very beginning that that's how the game's going to go. If you don't like the way he's developing things, then you can stop playing.
All right.
And from that approach, I respect the man for just sitting down and going, you know what? I'm going to do what I think is fun. If you are common-minded with me and you think this is fun, cool. If not, fuck off. And I was like, you know what? That's probably how I'd build a game. Let's see how long I can play this before I don't like it, or let's see if we kind of stay in tune with each other. There's only one modification that I ever saw made that he fully pulled back out on, And it's still a mod that's available in the game if you want to add it to your server, but it is not in the vanilla servers. And that was the leveling system that was put in. There was this weird leveling system that you're gathering and you're building and you're this. We're all in these tiers, and you could level those tiers. That's the only thing he ever put into the game and was like, yeah, this probably isn't going to work, and backed out. That and getting rid of zombies. He got rid of zombies out of the very early edition of it. But that's also Legacy Rust. That's like a long time ago, and there are very few people who enjoyed that time period in Rust. There are a lot of
the
people,
first iteration of Rust? Yeah.
There are a lot of people who remember it, but there are very few people who enjoyed it.
I definitely remember playing the first iteration of Rust, and I was just like, I can't get behind this.
Yes, Legacy Rust and Hacker Valley.
Yes.
Gotta let this fucking dog out. God damn it, man. Keep getting interrupted.
Yeah, like, it was a rough ride, the first iteration. Like, I'm so glad to see where it stands now, because yes, Rust is a very fun game, hands down.
After Zombies, there's a group of people who still love Hacker Valley Rust, who still love single map, one iteration. This is how things are built. This is how things are played. There are people who love OG Rust as long as it's after the zombies.
Yes.
Like, everybody likes after the Zombies Legacy Rust, and kind of they lost a bunch of people in versions after that. Like, after Legacy, they lost a bunch of people, but
I mean, a lot of those people, I believe, went over to DayZ and stuff.
Some went to DayZ, some went to Ark, some went to Conan later on.
Yeah, Conan's pretty fun.
Oh man, that population over there is actually swole again too. But same thing with Ark. Ark's seeing a resurgence that it didn't see before either. Like, it had kind of fell off.
Yeah, it's like I said, man, I was very surprised on how, like, with all the changes and everything else that they did with Ark, I wasn't expecting, like I said, to go in there and get hooked all over again. Like,
it could be worse.
Day one.
It could be worse, man.
Yeah.
No, it could be way worse. You could have a PC.
Oh yeah.
You could have a PC, and you could be doing what the rest of PC players in the world are doing right now.
Ash.
WoW Classic.
Oh, WoW Classic. Yeah. One of the guys that I watch on YouTube, Tactical Potato.
Not so tactical anymore. Now he's fucking clicking point.
Yeah, he the last video he posted up, he was talking about actually starting to bounce back, and because he's a Warframe streamer as well. He was like, I'm gonna start bouncing back over to.
Yeah, was a Warframe streamer, because everybody is in WoW Classic right now. Like,
yeah,
I can let's see. Let's pull up my Twitch menu here real quick. Validating files. Out of all of the channels that I have previously been watching in WoW, let's see. Out of all the channels I have previously been watching, I should say, WoW's current numbers, they got 341,000. This is a low point in the day for them. Dominating the number one category in the browse menu, hands down, you got WoW at 340K, Fortnite at 156. Half the number of the people that are watching WoW be played.
Yeah.
OG WoW. The funniest... Well,
you and me talked about that before. Whenever we first heard that OG WoW was coming back,
right? When the announcement was first made. Yeah, when the announcement was first made,
said that it was gonna a lot of people were going to kind of go back to that. I wasn't expecting it to take this long for those people to go back to it.
Oh,
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
No, Classic WoW only started 2 days ago.
Oh, I thought it came out before that.
No, Classic WoW was announced back then when we talked about it before that it was going to be coming out. It launched 2 days ago.
That's yeah, we were right then.
Shroud and Soda Poppin' have been the top 2 hours committed. With Soda having. What did you open up over there? Because we're getting like major wind noise now.
I didn't open anything.
Is that you then?
I don't hear anything.
No, because I just muted myself and I still hear it.
Yeah, you did something. There's definitely something on your end. It's gone now. Is your mic still open? Okay, open it again. And there's the wind noise again.
Yeah. We didn't have it before. That's so dumb.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird because like as soon as you sat down and opened your mic, it was like.
Yeah, let me fuck with Skype settings.
But yeah, no, basically we were talking about how Classic WoW is sitting at 340K right now, which is double the number of Fortnite sitting at 156K right now. Followed shortly thereafter by Grand Theft Auto at 113K. And I guarantee is Summit playing right now? I was going to say, the only reason that Grand Theft has got the number 3 spot is because Summit's been playing, and if Doc playing? No, Doc's playing Call of Duty. So, I don't know what's got them in the number 3 spot right now, but Doc and Summit are the reasons that Grand Theft is holding up where it's at right now. League.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, life.
League is taking a backseat to all of this shenanigans going on up ahead of it right now. Minecraft saw a resurgence because Fortnite has pissed off enough of the streamers.
Yeah.
With the mechs that you started seeing some big names just go start playing fucking Minecraft. But that was until World of Warcraft dropped, and then all of those guys that were playing Minecraft did jump over it. And let's see, out of the people I watched, Soda Poppin', he's over there. Doc is playing Call of Duty. Lyric is playing World of Warcraft. Dan's gaming World of Warcraft. Tally World of Warcraft. JP World of Warcraft. Swiftor is. I watch him, but almost to punish myself for watching streamers. Like he's a guy I just can't get into it, man. Like I follow him for I don't even know what reason, but it is because he is playing a game currently that I really, really am interested in. Ancestors. The Humankind Experience or something like that. I can't remember what the hell the full title of it was. Bajira, World of Warcraft, like just a list of just WoW streamers below that. Like I said,
Humankind Odyssey.
Yeah, but you got Method, which is a raiding guild that is playing Classic. Zebarato R is playing fucking Classic. Fucking Esfand. Zenaru, fucking Rubis, fucking Sad Dummy, fucking just the list is ridiculous of the streamers that are over here. Soda's sitting at 58K in his channel right now. Asmongold was on earlier and he was still sitting at like 130K in his channel. So to see that kind of surge because of what really actually helped Twitch get its start was guys streaming WoW.
Right.
Like the OGs of Twitch, all of the original guys that were on Justin TV back in the day, a majority of them were streaming WoW. That was what they played, and that's what they were streaming. So it's not surprising because the original viewers were also people watching WoW, like classic WoW. So this is guys in their 20s, 30s that are taking a 15-year leap back in time to what they were doing, at that point, like 15 years ago, and jumping all the way back to the beginning. Twitch is in this crazy time capsule of viewers and players, like their streamers and like everything else. Like this is almost a time warp, or what are they called? What are they called in WoW? Time what dungeons?
I don't fucking know, man. I've never played WoW.
Oh, see, I have.
I tried like 3 times, and they were like, "Go get me 10 of these. Go get me 15 of those. Go get me 10 of these." And I was like, "No, I will not. I will not go get you 10 of these any longer."
Yeah, they're killing it though. They're killing it. Like I said, the peak viewers of day one, what they saw for concurrent viewers across the platform at 1 million for a solo channel. I mean, solo channel saying WoW WoW Classic as a channel saw 1 million solid viewers, and that's crazy. That's never been hit. Fortnite hasn't done no shit like that. Like, it's not happened ever before. Yeah, you're muted.
You know what's funny is you said yeah to exactly what I said, because I was like, oh, now I know what you guys are talking about. It's that game, or like I've been watching actually a lot of gameplay for that. It looks very, very interesting.
What? World of Warcraft?
No, the one that Sohn just had up on the stream a few seconds ago.
What the fuck are I'm not? What are you doing, Sohn?
Me? I'm reading stuff about that Ancestors game.
Yeah.
Oh, Ancestors. Yeah, this is the game that I'm super hyped to get my hands on this. I want to play this game, and yeah, I know.
It's $40.
Yeah, I'm doing other shit right now.
Kotaku review, and they're saying it's grindy in the Kotaku review.
It is grindy.
It is. Everything I've watched on it right now says that like getting your foundation seems to be extremely focus mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you sit down with your original fucking primate and you're in this terrified environment, that just getting yourself established and learning the things you need to learn to put together your troop and like grow from that moment.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's permadeath. And that's something that gamers haven't seen in a while. So that's a crazy experience for people who are used to getting to just like, oh, I'll just start at the save point again, or stuff like that. This is an experience that gamers haven't experienced since like Donkey Kong. Where like you're dead. That's it. It's over. 3 lives are out.
Yeah, especially for a survival game. Like a lot of people are going to enjoy the hell out of this.
Well, that's what I was saying about we just last week when we were talking about the revival of survival.
Mm-hmm.
Like that anticipation of doing things and having to experiencing wipes in Rust, or like Atlas got dull because we hit a plateau. We hit a spot where our group the only thing we could do would be join a bigger group in order to get further along.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, that's where it was. It was like we got to grind the fuck out of it, invest all of our time into it. The good part about this is you can actually save and leave the game, and you don't have to worry about time lapse and all that shit like in a straight up real world survival like Atlas. This is a game self-contained where your progression is your progression. You know, so that's a good thing. It's not like being in Atlas or being in Ark or being in Rust where you 24/7 have to worry about what the fuck's going on.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, this is a game where you can sit down and the time that you invest into it is purely about trying to progress. And if you fuck up, there are real fucking consequences for that. They teach the human evolution of, like, if this primate didn't learn how to sharpen the fucking stick, guess what? The next time that fucking saber-tooth come through and you wasn't able to get to a tree, you might get fucking eaten.
Yeah.
Because you didn't learn how to sharpen the stick so that when the saber-tooth come through, you could stab him with it. Like, it is all about, like, if you don't learn, you're doomed to repeat it all the way from the beginning again.
Yeah. Which is no bueno.
Yeah. Oh, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. It puts that stringency on, like,
you need to learn what you need to learn.
Well, the choices that you're making moving forward, you can learn everything. It's not like you're going to be limited in your learning capability. Mm-hmm. It's just that.
Well, this Kotaku review I'm reading, it says every time you start anew, you have to do the same old bullshit. Watch the same unskippable cutscenes, do the same mundane discoveries, and do the same limited mobility and interactions with the world around you. This adds up to hours of frustrating repetition every single time you have to start a new game. And they say that's because their unwillingness to tell you how anything works. You'll be restarting a lot.
I have heard, in comparison, it is Dark Souls and Rust.
I love Dark Souls, and I do love Rust.
That's what I've heard. Comparatively, it is the angry fucking stepdad of those two games.
I could get along with that, Dad.
That's what I said about it. I'm like, you know what? It's kind of that really fucking frustrating
still
moment.
To this day, I know so many people that absolutely hate Dark Souls. Absolutely hates it. And still can't get into freaking Rust. And it's like, man, those are two really good games.
I've played Dark Souls. Eventually I get pissed off enough that I never play again.
That's usually what happens.
I've never ever played Rust.
That's why we'll say that Ancestors probably is definitely not the game for you. Now, I will say differently about Rust. I think you would thoroughly enjoy Rust.
Same here.
I think.
I don't know. I kind of want to try this game just to see if it does that to me.
What
frustrates the shit out of you?
Yeah, it pisses me off. It's kind of like.
Oh no!
Am I smart enough to just not have to repeat things over and over again?
That's what it. See, that's where I'm at with it. That was my opinion on it. Is like, am I smart enough to evolve? Am I smart enough to fucking evolve? Am I better than a goddamn primate?
Cutscenes. It's almost like you're gonna be redirected through the same shit in the beginning.
I mean, it really sounds like all you got to do is have it in your mind of what you need to
avoid predators. Avoid predators
until you can,
and avoid predators until you don't need to. That's
yes.
That's
Okay,
really where it's at, because like you see something and you're like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Climbing my ass up this fucking tree. And then I'm gonna jump to that tree, and then I'm gonna jump to that tree, and then I'm gonna jump to that tree because I'm a motherfucking monkey. You know, and I'm gonna find these people, I'm gonna build my troop, I'm gonna do what I need to fucking do in order to survive. Like this is a game that is built for the most hardcore of survival players. Like the guys that have been playing since Legacy Rust, that are familiar with DayZ before DayZ standalone.
It's not coming out until 2020.
Really?
That's what it says right here on Steam.
Really? Oh, I don't get it through Steam. It's not a Steam game. It doesn't come to Steam until 2020. That's funny it's an Epic launcher game, and you can go to Epic Launcher and buy it right now.
I was looking for reviews.
But yeah, it's that style of game. It is for the guy who's so familiar with what it means to start out and try to survive, but it introduces a new characteristic that even those guys haven't had to deal with before, because Rust guys know that you go onto certain servers, and just because you die doesn't mean you lose the wisdom to craft the things that you could craft before. You put down a sleeping bag and you're good. Mm-hmm. This one says just because you learned how to make a bed doesn't mean nothing, bitch. And that is the craziest shit about it. Like, just because you learned how to make a bed, what? It doesn't mean you taught the next motherfucker in the company to make the bed. It doesn't mean you taught your ancestor how to make the bed. This goes down to like biblical philosophies of like, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll fish for life. Mm-hmm. Like, it's that type of shit. Like, it means so much in the grand scope of it. It's not the one thing you have to remember is it's not about you. It's about preserving the future of your tribe and your clan. It's never just about your lone survival. It's about the survival of every possible ancestor moving forward, and the things you learn in that. Bye.
And the guru.
Yeah, we did. But it's about that preservation moving forward. It's taken survival games and given it a new look from a completely different angle but survival guys that play survival games are going to be able to do this. They're just going to have to look at it a little bit different.
So let me read you some of these user reviews on Metacritic. After some hours of doing the same thing over and over, a tiger appearing magically from nowhere. It doesn't matter if you move to a new place, he just appears again every few minutes. It's boring, buggy, and really very bad done, just like that person's English.
I was about to say
feels that. Like an early access game in all aspects. There was a... Oh, man.
I didn't expect much different out of it. That's why I didn't rush to pre-order. I'm a modern gamer. When it comes down to that, this is exactly what I expect from the original rendition of it. I also expect a lot of heavily negative reviews because this is for a certain group of people. Like I said, when I heard the Dark Souls comparison and I heard the Rust hybrid, I was like, oh, this is going to be a real pain in the ass.
Here's the best one. Tiger, the Cat Odyssey. How to meet a tiger 20 times in 1 hour. Walking with tiger. Tracked by the same tiger for 10 million years. Every time when you open your eyes, there's a tiger.
Yep, it's a saber-tooth. And he's an asshole. No, and they're not kidding. Like, it is so serious with this fucking saber-tooth. I watched a guy that managed to survive through like finding the kids and being able to work on maybe starting that next generation. and he was starting to get old and had been around for a while and had a little bit of a troop going on, and this tiger showed up, and he was like, "Ah, fuck." And he had learned how to sharpen the stick. Like he had already seen the tiger before, and then there was the moment where he found obsidian and he found the stick and he learned how to use the two of them together, and it was like, all right, so this is what you do to make this. And that tiger showed up and he stabbed that fucking tiger in the side with the fucking stick, and the tiger ran off, and he was running around, found the kids, got them to kind of a safe location, and this fucking tiger shows up. Not any tiger, that fucking tiger. And he still got that fucking stick shoved in his side, and you're like, oh no. Oh no, it's the same fucking tiger. And he doesn't have a stick or obsidian nearby at this point, and he's like, fuck. What do I do? Climb a tree. You're gonna have evolution, motherfuckers. Evolution. You're going to have to learn until you get it right and can continue to get it right.
Right.
Not for anything, you don't think about your caveman fucking brethren and the shit he went through in order to fucking make sure
get us to where the day we are now.
Yeah, to make sure that your little fucking seedling fucking ass made it. Okay? Like there is so much that happened before we existed that is not taken into account, and I think this game gives a true highlight into the absolute disparity of mankind.
It's their fault they didn't Google it, man. I mean, if they just would have Googled it.
Yeah, because we totally had Google back in the day.
It's the disparity.
Just Google it.
It's the disparity and fear. It's exactly what they told people they were going to get when they first started talking about the announcement of the game. And I don't expect it to not be buggy right now because it is just released. I expect there to be a couple problems. I don't know exactly what Epic's doing as far as allowing them to update and make changes. We knew that Microsoft at one point wasn't very developer friendly. As far as if a game came with bugs, it cost them like $10,000 every patch.
Yes, unless they're partners, unless they're Microsoft partners.
This was before that though. This was before ID partnership. This was like games used to have to go through on Microsoft a brutal, very costly development cycle. So I don't know exactly what Epic's approach to this is, and with the game being on Epic Launcher and how much availability these developers are going to have to be able to address these issues and stuff like that. I know they're getting a better cut by being on the Epic Store instead of Steam on their sales, because Steam has been known to really fucking stick it to the fucking developers as far as that's been concerned.
Yes, Steam has.
But I don't know what patch costs are. You know, I don't know if they're a zero patch cost company. Like Steam is a zero patch cost company, but they take so much of your initial income that
they get you somewhere else. Is basically what you're getting at.
Right. Yeah. Everybody's making their money, and so to find out, I haven't done a lot of research to find out like where Epic's really kind of pulling in their money from. Microsoft was catching it all on the back end for updates. Steam was catching it all on the front end with sales.
Mm-hmm.
Where does Epic fall into in that category? Are they catching more on the back end, more on the front end, somewhere in the middle? And what does that mean?
Maybe right now they're just trying to develop the platform, so they're willing to take a loss because they got that Fortnite money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and that wouldn't be, let's hope that that's where they're at, and let's hope that for games such as this, that
maybe they have a business model where they only need, you know, like 12% or 20% or whatever the fuck they're taking. Maybe that fits their business model.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done enough research to find out that just answers all their questions. You know, but we don't. I don't know yet. Like I said, I haven't done enough research to figure out where they stand on the front and back end of how they treat developers. because I know Steam's known for fucking them on the front end, and I know Microsoft's known for fucking them on the back end. And
Yes.
Epic
I'd
was
be like, hey man, what's going on? You know, put your game out on my thing here. I could just give me a little bit of money, you know, cover operating costs, and you know, I'll keep releasing games and making my own money. Just come
yeah.
here
I mean, that
so
would be
I
the
can get more
approach that.
attention.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be the approach that I would take to it. But you've got like Origin, and you know Origin's not taking that approach on things.
No.
No, Ubisoft
Origin
is.
though isn't running as strong as all the other
Ubisoft
ones, are they?
most
Because a lot
definitely
of
is.
is Origin still running strong?
Origin's still Origin.
Yeah, Origin's still Origin. They're still doing their thing. I mean, they're not losing money. I'll say that.
I didn't think they were losing money, but I didn't know if they were still getting. Because I remember whenever Origin first came out.
I read an article today about how about some shit that one of the top dogs at Ubisoft was basically talking shit about Steam and how Epic was the way to go for them, and it actually like boosted their sales of the Division 2 on their own platform on the Ubisoft store tenfold.
Yeah,
really.
So they got all their money
by
by not releasing it on.
I own that game on the Ubisoft store because the Steam version that I had purchased originally,
Man, you got the Division 2?
would not run.
I didn't know you had the Division 2. I was playing that by myself at one point when it first came out. I was in chat rooms with you, man.
Oh yeah, I remember that part of the conversations.
Yeah,
but it turned out to be exactly what it was. It turned out to be exactly what it was, though. I mean, there's so much other things to move on to from that.
Yeah, I mean, it's still at some point, you know, I feel like it'd be a lot more fun playing with someone you can communicate with. You really need to be able to have 3 people to communicate with to enjoy that game. I didn't enjoy it single player.
Games with friends.
I didn't enjoy it single player like I did the original Division. I enjoyed playing all the main missions solo.
Original Division on Steam, it would load and launch and then tell me I didn't have access.
I think I may have owned it through the Ubisoft store every time.
It was a smarter decision.
That's how I own For Honor also.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I have Ghost Recon Wildlands.
I know you had Ghost Recon Wildlands. I am not an owner of that game.
Yeah.
Who was it? Who out of all the people I know, I think you and Webb may be the only 2 people that I know that actually got Wildlands.
Lance owns it, and a bunch of people that gamed with a while back don't really game with anymore. We all had it. We'd actually just like sit up and see who could hit the longest sniper shot and stuff. We got bored and just fucked around with it like that. But I had fun with it. Koi owns it and has played it.
Do either did I give you a copy of Death Garden?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I know I gave somebody.
Is it a Steam game?
Yeah, I got a code somewhere that I gave it to a couple people because all of the 8-Bit Bros weren't going to be able to fucking do it. We interviewed the developers.
Wasn't I? Because I do not own Death Garden.
Yeah, 8-Bit Bros interviewed the developers of Death Garden. We also did Dead by Daylight, which they've got a big expansion coming. But Death Garden's got another big, like they just got a new hunter and like their shit's moving. Soft launch now is where they're at in their development cycle. So we're trying to get them back in. We're also trying to get Matthew Cote. He is one of the lead developers for Dead by Daylight. and we're trying to get him back in again to talk about the next little expansion that they've got going on. But I think I still got it. I may still have it. Let me look over here in my Google Drive. I may still have a copy of Death Garden. Because if I do, that's something.
I'm not gonna lie, I just want to play video games. Hold on a second. You carry on, actually. I'll mute myself.
Yes, sir. No, that's not that. That's speedrunners.
Oh, God. And the dumb shit.
Dude, I'm telling you, you're able to run speedrunners, weren't you?
Yeah! Wait. On the PC, no. You and me played speedrunners on,
Console.
Yeah.
Well,
that's where you and me played speedrunners on, was the console. Like, you even went out of your way and bought speedrunners for me because you were like, dude, we gotta play this stupid game right now.
It was such a great, stupid game.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, those are some of the, you talk about playing a game with the friends and how friend moments make games. Mount your friends, speedrunners, what is it? Worms. Let me go scroll down here just so I can see the name of it. Who's Your Daddy? Worms Ultimate Mayhem. Like, these are games that, for no other reason, are fun. Like, you're not going to play this by yourself. You're never just going to sit back and just fucking play Mount Your Friends and solo run to see how big of a tower, how big of a tower you can do. Yeah, you're not going to do that by yourself. You're not going to see how big of a tower you can build all by yourself. That's not going to be something anybody is ever going to do. If it is, we make sure that guy never owns a gun. Also, make sure what kind of medication he's on. Because
so you make sure you don't take it.
Yeah, because that guy has definitely got some stuff. Golf, what is that? Golf with friends?
Yeah.
It's basically putt-putt. What?
Are you playing Civilization?
Yeah, he is, but he also put Skeletal Guru up.
Oh,
yeah, no, I just realized that too.
Yeah,
what the
skeleton,
man?
You did.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Guru the Undying.
Hey, you're alive.
Yeah, now if we could just get that forestry background on both characters, we'd be good because the lighting is right. If you go and look at Skeletal Guru, he's still got the same lighting.
I noticed that whenever you said it before it swapped over to me, like as it was swapping over, I was like, motherfucker, he's right.
I know. That same fucking lighting over there on that side of his head. Where you're just like,
games even showing up. I must be using way too much internet for me to pick up.
That's the whole reason why I'm not playing Ark at this moment in time.
Oh yeah.
I
you
was
could
like,
go play Warframe.
I was like, man, I could just play Ark real fast while I'm doing the show and just like get resources essentially. But I was like, man, I feel like that would be a bad idea. I feel like I'd be lagging a lot.
Oh. Has Maelstrom dropped its next update yet?
Actually, no. I think the next update comes out of early access. It's actually going to go free to play, I believe.
Oh, really?
It's going to go full launch.
Yeah, and I think it's going to go free to play. And if you purchase,
why are they taking the free to play approach?
That's how they're going to get an audience.
It's smart. It's a smart move.
It is, yeah.
It's a good game, man, but you're going to need to get people to play it. With so much shit out there anymore.
Yeah, because you guys were saying, you guys were having a ball playing the hell.
Oh, yeah.
It's still fun, man.
We love it. We love it. It's so much fun to just go in there and fucking cause mayhem. And it's all in pirate ships on the water. Like, it is. It's a great fucking game if you take that as the core of what it is. Like, it's fucking amazing.
But you guys just kept on running into bots a lot.
Yeah, it's got to build a player base. I mean, we paid to get in there. We paid to get in there and find out what it was going to be all about, and we like what it's about. We wish that there would have been a larger player base for it. We tried even on this show to help build that player base and to try and give the guys over there at Gunpowder Games.
I will say that.
But it's still the same group of guys, man. It's
when I was playing the beta, man, it was different people than what I had seen before, and there's good conversation around it. From what I've been reading in the beta chat, and I just think the free to play model is definitely going to be the way to go for them. We'll get 2 million coins or whatever, gold, for being early access adopter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we'll start off with some money.
Thank you, Sokolov.
But
that's our developer friend. That's the guy we know inside there. So that's the guy who has actually sat down and chilled with us.
Dude, he's a good dude.
He is. He is a real good dude. But yeah.
The beta was fun, man. The mission system or the challenges system was nice. Just some of the things that are coming up are really nice. And I think we'll add some replayability other than just going out there and fucking winning and leveling up.
Yeah, winning level. To get a little story structure and stuff like that. That is always like kind of progression of a different type seems to make the game a little bit better. I talked about it a little bit yesterday, and I'm definitely about to bring it up again. Stock vanilla Minecraft.
Oh yeah, man! You and Webb's been on it a lot.
Webb's on it every day. I was supposed to join him today, but I was out.
I was about to say I didn't see you on there, but yeah. I
went to work today.
Yeah.
That's something I haven't said in a while. So, vanilla Minecraft at its current iteration has got to be the most adventurous, amazing adaptation that they've ever just allowed everybody to play without having to download anything but Minecraft.
The intro sound effects to this game do not change when you turn the volume down. Jesus, man.
What?
Civ.
Oh, yes. No, they don't. But, yeah, like Minecraft right now, the version everybody's playing is 1.12, if I'm not mistaken. I think is the version that's available unless you're in the beta program. And then there are a few people who are into an early beta. I'd say pre-beta, not necessarily alpha. There are a few that are running 1.14. Me and Webb are currently running the cross-platform capability version of 1.13.
I got the updated version, the one that you were talking about. I went in there.
1.12 or 1.14?
I believe it's 1.14.
Yeah, you need to go check that out because it'll have a whole lot to do on whether or not we could actually join games together. If you're an Xbox Insider, you're in the 1.13 beta program, and we don't know exactly how Goog's kids got into 1.14.
Yeah,
we're still trying to figure that part out because that's a whole additional directory ahead of where we're at.
Gotcha.
But with what it's got available to them right now, it's got to be. It's a game that if you played Minecraft originally, on the Xbox, this game is completely unfamiliar to you. Like, you don't have a clue about what's going on anymore. They've introduced the various types of stone with andesite and granite and all the various diorite and other shit that has been introduced along the way. They've also got coral. They've also got like the underwater fortresses and village raiding. Like, there are these towers that show up on your map. You go and you kill the captain of that tower, and you get this swirly, like a wizard hit you with the potion kind of thing going on around you.
Oh, shit.
And if you go to a village that has villagers in it, raiding parties happen. Because they know you're in the village, so they raid the village. And there's a whole new list of fucking enemies and shit to fight at that point that gives you different buffs to carry on. Like, they cost decreased when trading with villagers, and something else that a lot of people were unfamiliar with of trading with villagers. But
yeah, it took a minute for people to really get behind the whole villager system. Like, you remember whenever the villagers were first introduced, like, they didn't do diddly squat, really.
True. Very true. But they didn't do, in most cases, didn't do anything. But now it's at a new level. Like, base Minecraft, which is what I call it for the console version. That is vanilla Minecraft in its current state. It's got a whole lot going on. It was enough that I was like, wow, shit, yeah, I could possibly play this. And
yeah, like I said, whenever I saw you on the very first time last episode, I was like, what is this motherfucker playing right now? Are you serious? Or what? I haven't seen you on there since...
Well, since the last time you probably saw me on a console, and then probably even a couple months before that.
Well, I want to say it was way before. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's definitely been quite some time, because when I jumped over to PC, and then I jumped over and started playing Minecraft on PC, and
yeah, once you got into Minecraft PC, that's all she wrote.
Yeah, I got into Feed the Beast and science mods and magic mods and all kinds of crazy.
And you were like, bro, you got to see some of the shit I'm building over here. And I was like, I'm totally jelly. I wish we could get some stuff over here.
I got this lens when I look at things that tells me what they do. And that's one of the magic mods. I mean, beekeeping is a thing in Feed the Beast. Like, there are various types of bees where you can purely dedicate your life in Minecraft to doing bee studies.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, legitly insane.
Oh, it's nuts, man. And to see, like I say, vanilla Minecraft at that point right now, to see the base version of the game cross-platform, PC, mobile, Xbox, like, or console, they can all play that version.
Right.
Like, currently can all play that exact same version. That speaks more, and it also lends towards a lot of shit that I've said recently about how it's funny how Minecraft is the cutting edge of what the next generation of gaming is starting to look like. You know, with wanting to turn RTX on, and with wanting to do 4K gaming over on console, and with every other thing that they wanted to do with it, with cross-platforming. And it's funny to see Minecraft a game where you dig into the ground and you build shit above ground, or you build shit below ground, according to what you like to do. You know, it's funny to see a game that is as simple as it is, that anybody can jump in and play it at any given moment, be that on the edge of the possibility of what everybody's going to be doing in the next couple of years. I mean, with the Minecraft Earth, with what they're doing with their AR, you know, augmented reality, with what they're doing with that moving forward from now, you know, with the advancements that were made with HoloLens that led to Minecraft Earth being a thing.
Yeah.
Like, all of that it's crazy to think that Minecraft's at the center of that world. We didn't see it, but Microsoft saw it, and that's why they paid, like, what was it, $2 billion
to buy it off of them. Yeah.
To buy Mojang from.
That's something I never thought I would see in my lifetime, actually, to see Mojang just sell it.
We're going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
They did.
Like that.
They totally did.
That was what happened. And not for nothing, man, he took it and treated it just as such. He was like, Notch was just like, ain't mine no more. I got my money.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Peace.
That was the end of that conversation. Like, he hasn't looked back on it. Everybody's like, why? And they keep fucking bugging him about it. And he's like, it's not mine anymore. I don't have to explain to you. Look at the paycheck. Look at what I'm doing in my life right now.
Because of this paycheck.
And there's your why. Because I got out at my capability of making it grow anymore.
Yeah.
I gave it to people who were going to make it grow more. That was part of the agreement, was as long as you don't kill it. And they haven't. They've made it so every fucking buddy can play it.
Yeah.
And not only can everybody play it, but everybody can play it everywhere. You can play it on mobile devices. You can play it on computers. You can play it on fucking... And they never stopped the mod community. That's the other part of it. If you don't want to play the basic version, that's fine. You can go play Realms. You can go play... Like, it's amazing the direction of development that game has gone from what Notch and Mojang originally put together to what Microsoft was like, all right, yeah, that sounds like a great fucking idea. Moving forward, we're going to do this, but we're not going to pay you for it. Here's your money now. We're taking it the rest of the way. And he was like, how big's that check? They were like, do we need to give it to you in a Publisher's Clearinghouse version? And he was like, nah, I'll just take it direct deposit, please. And hasn't looked back, and justifiably so. And not for anything, I can't complain about what they've done with it.
Nah.
Like, there was a concern that may have originally arose when I first saw it fucking happen, where I was like, oh no, Microsoft's got control of this now. Now it's just going to get stagnant. We're not going to see them try and develop it anymore. They're going to start kicking out the mod community. You're not going to see any fucking thing happen. But none of that shit fucking happened. It seems like Minecraft made Microsoft learn.
Yes.
Like, it was the biggest educational tool they've ever spent money on. Because since they acquired Minecraft, their company has done some crazy shit, just like Minecraft has gone through and had some crazy shit done. Like, they've both grown so significantly since that acquisition.
Yes, they have.
You know, so it's been impressive. It's been a fun ride. I've been glad the fact that I was an Xbox gamer and was, you know, had the availability to jump over to PC and see those worlds start to mingle with each other, to be a mobile gamer and see that world, get to be a part of that as well. Like it's been exciting. And the funny part and the fun thing about it is to know that it's all around one game I still can play and do still play.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you over there doing?
Attacking the city-state right off the rip because they have horses and I'm fucking Mongolia.
Oh, you need horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're Mongolia, you definitely need horses. Because how the fuck does Genghis Khan happen without fucking horses?
Yeah, you got to tear down that shitty wall.
What's the name of the city-state?
Nah, I can't remember. Hold on a second. Damn it. Granada.
What? That's kind of funny, though.
That's right, I stole their workers, so fuck them anyways. Yeah.
That's right. Next comes your horses. Get to work, bitch. Over here.
That's right. Pump out another motherfucking settler is what I'm going to do.
You got 2 cities right now?
Yeah, I'm on turn 38. I should have 2 cities by now. For sure. It's I just hit play now, so the turn everything's stretched out. Normally I've had 2 cities by turn 18 before.
Yeah. So you're running what? Multiplayer stock game or just single player stock game?
I just hit play now just to do something.
Single player stock game?
Yeah. Whatever they had on that.
Yeah.
Thanks for the free build, asshole.
And boom.
Oh, out of nowhere, that son of a bitch. Get the fuck out of there. I may have to back up and upgrade these motherfuckers. Yeah, back up. Get the fuck out.
Guru,
regroup?
Do you recognize that game in my list?
Game in the list.
Well, I mean, we've already talked about Madden 20. We've already talked about Minecraft.
Talking about Empires and Puzzles.
Yes, Empires and Puzzles. It should be one that is very familiar to your eyeballs, but maybe not as far as gameplay.
Oh damn! I got 442 gold.
It's got to be one of the most heavily advertised games at the moment. If you play any mobile games at all, or if you're on any social media at all.
Yes, I've played that. I've also been hooked to AFK Arena here lately.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was the last really pushed game. I avoided that one, but I didn't avoid this one. I was like, you know what? I was like, it kind of fits. I like the jewel match games, and then I also like the city survival game. You know, build a city.
Yeah,
build
that
a city,
one's pretty
survive.
neat.
You know, so I was like, all right. I was like, this fits the criteria of stuff that I will probably sit down and commonly play. So
I've definitely seen Empires and Puzzles, but I didn't dive into it because, like I said, here lately I've been playing the hell out of, well, when I have a moment in time.
When you touch a mobile game.
Yeah. Then I'm usually playing AFK Arena, and it kind of works out too because it is what it is. I mean, you are progressing even whenever you're not playing the game. Like, you're not progressing stupid amount or anything, but you are getting some XP, money, and stuff like that. Not anything game breaking, essentially. You still got to work for that stuff, but
right. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. This game definitely has eating up a lot of spare time and turns where it's like, all right, let's go fight something. Okay, now let's just go like do normal shit in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like, you know what? I got a moment. Let's go fight something. And I build my bases. I go collect my materials. Like, I got all that shit. It's automated, working within itself. So it's not like it's a drag on time for you to do anything. And it's been something. I mean, I'm still playing Walking Dead: Our World. I'm still playing my NASCAR game. I finally finished a full season in that. I've got cars that were capable of getting all the way back to, getting to Homestead.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so that game's actually, it's at its round. I haven't progressed to the second season yet because I want to get all of my stars. And I've heard that the game runs into some problems in that second season if stars becomes your objective. And so I want to go ahead and knock those out in the first season and not worry about it when I go to the second season and just worry about wins.
Right.
Because
I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah, stars are a completely different thing than wins. Like if I go through now and I know I've already won the first 6 races of this season, like actually won them, but I also know that several of those wins have come on the back of ignoring certain star gain. So I may finish with no stars, but a first place finish.
And you definitely need those.
Yeah, that's a sacrifice that you have to make if you want the achievement to get your wins. So, but yeah, I've got, I think, 7 stars left to earn. I think maybe actually
before you wind up being able to just straight up race.
Oh no, I mean, everything is straight up racing anyway. I mean, let me go into the race screen here. I got 102 of 108 stars. So I'm 6 stars away from being able to jump to the next season and only focus on trying to win races.
That's what I was more or less meaning.
Yeah, because right now it's the last 3 races of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Like Homestead, I don't think I have any stars in, even though I completed the race. I don't have any stars there. Yeah, I've got 1 at Fort Worth, 2 at Phoenix, and then I need all 3 at Homestead, Miami. And that'll be the final 6 stars. I just got my level 10 engine. I'm working on getting the cash saved up so I can get my level 10 aero package. And I think that will make it to where I'll be able to get the stars I need to complete the last part of the season. And then there, of course, is the achievement for all the stars. And then working on that next achievement, which will be for winning all the races. So,
right. Okay.
Yeah, because right now it's the main focus on the stars, and I don't want to progress to the next season. Because like I said, I've heard that the stars become a major issue in that next season, and that there's been a couple bugs and stuff that happened during that as well. So
you're just, like I said, like you said, trying to get as prepared as possible before you wind up stepping into that arena, essentially.
Yeah, because it seems like the main complaint, if you go through and look at the reviews, the main complaints that people run into are all season 2 complaints. Like once you progress to season 2, then all the problems happen. So I want to go ahead and get out of that and stay in season 1. I'm not hitting that plus mark yet. It's sitting like, right there.
I'm going to avoid this for right now.
Hey, I even avoid playing this when I get like a little intoxicated because the game was smart and they put the plus mark right next to your let's go back a screen.
Oh God.
It's like, all right, so here, like say this angle right here, right?
Right.
Go back a screen. It's sitting right there. The plus mark is sitting right here. And I'm like, I'd fuck up drunk one night and misclick that bitch and be moving forward in the season. I see what y'all did. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna fuck that game up that way. So that it does. It's good to see all the little blue marks on the screen to be like, all right, you got all the tracks unlocked. And that was good. It took 101 stars in order to get all the tracks unlocked. And then getting into Homestead, and then it's been a real grind trying to get these last couple stars. Like I said, the one that has 2 stars on it now that used to only have 1, it was need 2 stars, need 2 stars, need 3 stars is how I finished the season. Now it's need 1 star, need 2 star, need 3 star is how I'm setting right now. And it was a lucky run where they gave me the right shit for me to get that 2nd star. And I drafted perfect coming across the start finish line on 1 lap in order to be a maintained speed to hit the target value.
Right.
Of what they were like, we need 173 mile an hour lap. I'm like, man, if I get out of the draft, like my car is only sitting at like 167 if I'm out of the draft the whole time. So that's not going to work. I need to be in the draft. But if you stay in the draft and you catch up to a car and he brakes going into the turn, you brake too. And so that drags down your speed. So it's this balance of being able to draft and not draft, like move up a spot, catch the next draft, move up a spot, catch the next draft, move up a spot, catch the next draft on a lap in order to maintain the highest speed possible for your car based on aero package, engine, and everything else, to be able to maintain that highest amount of speed coming in and out of traffic in order to hit what their target value was. And I got lucky as hell to be able to nail it. I was like, finally 2 stars. Like I was laying down actually and had to stop myself from yelling out because it's like, oh, can't wake up the girlfriend. because I did it and I'm like, just fucking arm shaking, can't yell out because I want to yell out so bad, but it's arm shaking and fucking celebrating and trying to be as gentle and celebratory at the same time, where you're not yelling and fucking bouncing around too much and fucking at the same time get the fucking excitement of the win out of the way. And that was just on a 1-star progression in the last 3 races. So I've had a lot of fun with the NASCAR game. I'm also a big NASCAR fan, so that helps. I'm also a big racing fan, so that also helps. Like just racing cars in general. I mean, I am the guy in the group that does have his own racing setup in the living room. So you know
that you do.
Yeah, I'm a big fan when it comes to like automotive motorsport. So, this is a mobile game that's met that criteria where I could just pick it up at random, fucking play a little bit. That gives me that same kind of joy though, where like I gotta tilt the screen and fucking make sure, even though it's only making lefts except for on like 3 races, because there's only one Watkins Glen race, and it's one Watkins Glen, one Sonoma, and one Charlotte Roval. The reason it's called a Roval is because it's a road course on their oval track that dips down into the infield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Charlotte. It was an experiment last year that they actually tried during the regular season of taking Charlotte and using part of the road course and the main track to make a race.
How'd that work?
It was amazing, man. The crowd that showed up for that race was fucking phenomenal. They actually did a really good job on it. And then playing it in this mobile game, it was like, oh, this, I bet the drivers even had a blast with this because this is a neat layout. Like when you look at how they had to run the course, taking rights and lefts, which we know NASCAR drivers aren't used to doing. You know, so it had to be a ton of fun for them to try and get all that shit sorted out and figure out how to do it, and just to learn, even from the mobile games perspective, knowing when to like pop out a line and take that draft push that you're gonna get.
Yeah.
When to pass. Because there's certain spots where all the AI is following like the course line and you have passing lanes, and it's what real drivers take into consideration too. This is the lane that everybody's going to follow because this is the lane that's going to be the fastest when everybody's running together. But there are moments where you can use that draft momentum, pop out a line, pass a guy or two, because you can cut the track a little bit right here, and then maybe if you're lucky, if there's a gap, file back into line and, you know, go run the next couple of turns. And so it's done all of that, and a really fun mobile game.
Sounds like it. I'm just not into like racing anymore or NASCAR anymore. You know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got a big track right not too far away from you though, with like
I know, I fucking know.
Thunder in the Valley, man, fucking Bristol, the night race, the second race of the season for them. That place goes fucking haywire.
Mm-hmm.
What they call the last great Coliseum.
Motherfucking. Know all your NASCAR shit. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I do. I'm a big NASCAR fan, but I'm also from the home of NASCAR, so that I'm predisposed to knowing, I guess, more than somebody who's a fan from California would know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, they know Sonoma, they know California Raceway, which is the most boring fucking race. Sonoma's
that California, you fucking suck.
Well, no, Sonoma's nice.
Nope, California sucks.
Sonoma's really cool. It's a great experience because it's a road course. But like their big raceway, like their big oval, it's huge. And all they do is drive around. Even people who are used to watching people take left turns in North Carolina.
I was getting ready to say, wait a second, man.
Look at
all they do is drive around in a circle.
Look at people in this California Raceway because it's so big that nothing happens. Like there's no bumping, there's no aggravation between drivers. At least here the tracks are small enough where they piss each other off. Out there in California, same thing with down in Texas. Like they get so in a line and stretched out that that's what you end up watching all day is literally just guys taking left turns. And that got boring for even the people here in North Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi. Like, it got boring. That's why those tracks don't rate high attendance anymore. We're seeing a major fall off at the big tracks. And is the reason why you still see tracks like Bristol and Martinsville and Richmond and Charlotte and Homestead. It's why those tracks all still get Talladega, Darlington. It's why all of those tracks are still really popular, is because nobody gets that spread out. It's not hours and hours of just guys driving around in a circle. It's combat at points, because a guy wants to pass another guy and he won't let him, and so he's like, fuck you, move. And you get to see that at California and Texas, like the big tracks. You don't see that. Like, people aren't just like, fuck you, move out of my way. You don't see the accidents. You don't see the subtle moves of getting a guy out of a line and stuff that makes like the smaller tracks more exciting to NASCAR fans. And I will definitely say to NASCAR fans, because yes, at some point when they did the original COTs, the Car of Tomorrow, they called them, and had the big flat fairings that came on with the wings on the side of them. I watched a Martinsville race where there wasn't even an accident. And that was the most boring fucking race ever. Where you're just like, okay,
these motherfuckers ain't killing each other. I quit.
I see what people have been complaining about for years. They're only making left turns. Like, that's all they're doing. There's nothing else going on. People are just going in a circle making left turns, and this is boring as fuck. So they had to make some adjustments to the car to keep the car safe, but at the same time, they found a way to put cautions back into it. You know, they're not extreme. They're not dangerous. Like, the safety's still there. The drivers are still getting what they needed out of it. But the fans are getting what they want out of it, too. And that means a little bit of mayhem and destruction. We got to have it. It's the reason why the sport was so popular to fucking begin with, is because of the mayhem and destruction. Daytona was great. It had its highest fucking fan ratings the season after a motherfucker went over the wall. You know,
people dying is awesome. Let me watch it again.
You know, it is a certain. It's the reason why football is starting to lose some appeal. It's because it's not the combatant sport that it originally was.
We want to see bloodshed.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's true. When a sport reaches a point of safety or a lack of confrontation competitiveness, then it starts to see a major loss in viewership. And that's what every sport seems to be fighting against. I mean, every sport that has had a mainstay in this country for quite some time. I mean, not for nothing. Soccer's got a good balance. Everybody was like, oh, well, it's guys running back and forth for 90 minutes. And the scores, the problem in soccer is the score can end up 0-1.
That is the problem with soccer. Yes.
Well, no, that's the problem Americans have with soccer. Because if you're into it and you watch everything that's going on and you understand the dance of offense and defense, it's just like a NASCAR fan understanding aerodynamics and gravitational pull on a car that is made to only go in a circle. Like there's a delicate balance of going fast in a circle. Like there is, and it's the understanding on that level is what soccer fans appreciate about soccer is there is a chess match going on. Just because you're not seeing it like in a physical confrontation doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's why we had a surge in MMA is because people got tired of how safe all the other sports got, that they just wanted to see two guys get in the ring and beat the fuck out of each other. Like that was the surge in MMA is because people thought all the other sports had gotten soft and they were like, these two guys are willing to get in the ring and beat the fuck out of each other. We're going to watch that. Boxing's even got too soft now. Ain't got no heavyweight champ. Fuck that. I just watched this dude break this dude's arm. And 2 rounds later, pull his knee out of socket. This is winning. And that was. Dana capitalized at the right moment of introducing the American population to mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
Like, he saw all of the excitement and damage come out of all the other sports and saw that train pulling in, that he was like, I'll give you your blood sport. And he gave us the UFC. And people were like, fucking right. Somebody gets it.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've been watching those slap fights.
Dude, them shits is fucking ruthless.
I've been watching them slap fights.
Some of them Russian motherfuckers is crazy fucking, like, I don't understand how they take some of the hits they do, but then you see some of the ones they deliver and you're like, oh, well, if I knew I was going to do that to somebody, yeah, I'd take whatever the fuck you was going to give me. Mm-hmm. Because when you see him smack somebody and his ears start bleeding, you're like, oh, that's going to require medical attention.
Man, they got doctors and everything for that shite. It is, it's something different. Like, I guess the reason why I watch it,
carnal urge.
Well, on top of it, it's like whenever you hear, I'm going to slap the piss out of you, you're like, that's just a metaphor, right? No,
that's
sir.
What it looks like.
That physically can happen. I just watched it.
That's exactly what it looks like. There you go, right there.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to smack the taste out your mouth. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you that dude's tongue's numb. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Some of them slaps I've seen those guys take and dish out, like you said,
I don't understand.
And yeah, like you said, it's a part of the primal urge. Like it is.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
Yeah.
I ain't willing to take one of those.
Wait, you would if you knew you could turn around and slap the fuck out of that motherfucker right back and do the same amount of damage. And that's the warrior mentality that comes into play there, though. That's where your Horace Gracies and shit like that. That's where these guys come from. That's where your Lawrence Taylors. That's where, like, that's when you look at phenomenal athletes, the guys that we all. The guys and girls that we all, because MMA has given us a whole different class of warrior there too. Like,
oh yeah,
the men and women that we sit back and you go, damn, that motherfucker right there. It's the ability to do the shit that you're not willing to accept. That you're not willing to put yourself out there on that level. And you applaud them. That's why you don't argue with the fact they get paid the money they get paid to do it. Is because you're just like, I mean, I don't even know if you could pay me that much to do that shit, because
I'm gonna need a little bit more. I'm gonna need a lot. I'm gonna need a little bit more before I allow that to happen to me. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to make sure that my family and my family after their family is well taken care of, because I might not be walking back away from this.
I might not make it out of this one. Exactly. That's what it's all about. But and that's what I say. That's why you see the downturn in, like, NASCAR. The safer NASCAR has made itself, the less it's got a fan base. The safer football's making itself, the less it's got a fan base. There's something to be said with soccer that has a continuously growing fan base. And
soccer has become a lot more popular.
And it's kind of strange because people aren't getting hurt. There's no major contact injuries that are going on in soccer. Which, if you were to take and compare that to an American sport, you would say basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball would be the same thing, except there's lots more points that are being scored in that game versus where soccer has like very few.
Like you said earlier, sometimes you'll go a full 90 minutes of a game and
a 0-0 tie can happen in soccer. Mm-hmm. And the fans walk away from those games absolutely thrilled.
Yeah.
And it's something that it's taken a little bit of a mentality adjustment for the American fan base to get into it and understand what's going on. But it's because, like I said, with NASCAR fans, that mental and physical chess match that becomes what they're doing. That's why NASCAR fans exist, because it's not just making left turns in a circle. And
sometimes it is.
But that's even where even the NASCAR fans was like, oh, we get it. We get where the boring this could come to fruition. We understand that now.
You see one of them getting on their phone. Yo, I now see what you were talking about.
Yeah. Take a phone call and being like, yo, Bill France. All right, so you just became soccer to the American public. And Bill France is like, wait, what? What did I do? It's too safe. And then there's something to be said, though. Soccer fans, they dive into it's a chess match. It is all about positioning. It's all about knowing the team that they're playing against. It's why their matches are staggered the way they are. It's why
sometimes you'll get a 0-0 match because they do their research and they got their players and everything else like that. And every single one of them really, really good at what they do.
So in that aspect, you gain a little bit more of an understanding. And I think that's something the American public has shifted itself to. Is all right. So if it's not going to be death and mayhem of cars wrecking and people colliding into each other, then all right, soccer's fine. Soccer's fine because you can understand the mental battle that takes place between two teams looking at a 0-0 scoreboard and can't do a fucking thing to change it.
And no matter how hard they try, like every move that one player makes with the ball or anything, you don't like you said, it's a giant chessboard.
Yeah. And so I think the American understanding of that with losing the full out contact combat sports and seeing what soccer really is finally for the first time in the colony's birth. Mm-hmm. To finally see that is why American soccer has gained so much notoriety too, as well as our teams doing really well. With our men's and women's national teams being able to, our women's national team fucking just being gods for the past 4 years. Just that alone, like that helps so much in motivating, like it makes it easier for people to be a fan of somebody who's winning. And it's the same thing. You see it in NASCAR. The guy who's up at the front, he's either loved or hated according to who they are.
Yes.
Same thing in football. Like, if you're winning too much, like New England went from, oh man, check them out, they're doing really good, to now everybody's like, fuck fuck them. Fucking winning, fucking Patriot. Tom Brady's walking around with enough rings to fill a finger, and now he needs to start putting them on the other hand. Fucking Bill Belichick's got enough to put on 2 hands. He's starting to have NBA style rings. It's like, what the? Nobody likes this anymore. It's starting to kind of be a drag on the economy of the game. And then Tom Brady's like, yeah, I'm going to keep playing for another 5 years. And everybody's like, fuck you. And so to that level of progress that's happening right now, and like I said, with the surge of soccer and American sports, you're seeing it now with the gaming too, with Madden, which we both had started playing a lot more of with this rendition. Oddly enough, it's because of all the developments the past several seasons of FIFA
that has what it is.
Made Madden the game that is now like, fucking right, I can play this. Bye, Radioland.
Bye, Radioland. Thank you for tuning in.
But it has made it Madden what it is. And Webb brought a point up yesterday. He's like, it's still fucking Frostbite. It's like, yeah, but EA had access to it, and
I don't understand why Webb always he's got beef with Frostbite.
Well, no,
it's
he
not
doesn't
even
have
Frostbite's.
Beef.
Okay,
he doesn't have beef. It's DICE. He would possibly have his beef for them selling out.
Yes,
but the Frostbite engine is why they sold out. Is what made them do that, and it led to the development of realism in sports games. Mm-hmm. FIFA being the one that adapted the engine immediately and put full focus into making the most out of player mechanics in a game. And Madden finally saw how much of a surge that they were getting, that they finally got to a point where when you drop back as Aaron Rodgers and sling the ball, you see what would be Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball. When you've got, Drew Brees throwing it, it's not Aaron Rodgers throwing it. It's Drew Brees throwing it. You see a difference in the player mechanic of how that ball comes out of there, how the player is moving, what his capabilities are based on his height in the environment of the game, and all of that stuff comes into play. And it's a level that, Madden hadn't had, honestly, up until this point. Madden 20 seems to give, except for an online play, the truest sensation of being in the game.
Right.
Because online play becomes tips and tricks, just like every online game can possibly be. How's your game going over there, son?
I'm just fighting everything. I'm just trying to kill
people. I got a few more minutes of freaking battery life. I gotta get supper cooking too before the missus gets home, because she's got to turn around and open up the store right after she freaking gets home tonight. Yes. I was like, do you want to do this and everything? She was like, did you not hear me whenever I said I got to open the store tomorrow? I was like, I'm sorry. Whoops. Don't worry about it. I'll get it done, or I'll try.
I've got this.
All right. Well, I mean, I've run down a list. Do you want to hop in here and run down a list, Son? You got things you want to talk about?
Meh. I'm more into playing video games, man.
I was about to say this. It's been mainly you and me with Son freaking like every now and then being like,
yeah, things are happening. I'm just, man, I never get to play games anymore. Adult life and stuff. It's ruining my gaming time. Plus, I need to see what the fuck's going on with my child, for that matter. Some dumb stuff happened with him and one of his buddies.
Oh, that's no bueno.
Nah, they're just being
not as bad as the last time, right?
No, they're just being idiots.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm going to keep playing games. I think.
All right. Well, in that case, Facebook, YouTube, it's been a pleasure. It was fun hanging out with y'all.
Yeah, I may come back and stream some games here in a little bit, but I'm going to handle some business.
Yeah.
Business.
So, there you go.